Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Game on Cloud 9 here, and this is like the 1000th time I've recorded this Naruto manga 595 prediction. So guys, if I seem like I'm moving through this a little bit quickly, I'm going to try not to, but if I seem as though I'm kind of moving kind of fast-paced in this video, you guys know why from Jump Street, okay? But anyway, this week's chapter of Naruto was, it was really good. I thought it was a little bit better than last week's. Not necessarily for, like, I mean, last week you had the revival of Orochimaru, and, you know, Orochimaru and Sasuke were talking about the people who know everything, and we, of course, don't know who those people are yet. But I guess you could say there was no kind of, like, you know, like apocalyptic feel to that chapter, because it was just basically them talking about a plan. This chapter kind of had that kind of feel because, of course, we have Kurama talking about like the revival of the Ten Tails, talking about what's happening. We have Toby talking about how he can still revive the Ten Tails even without the pieces of the Eight Tails and Nine Tails. Now, in some ways, and I've seen this on different videos of different reviewers, and I've seen this on forum sites, this could become an issue later on. And the reason why that is because, and you know, I've thought about this before in the past, you know, like I think back at the chapter, I think it's called Night, like 538, somewhere around in there. Toby talked about back then how he had the two pieces of Kinkaku and Genkaku, and how he couldn't afford to lose the war, and how the next day he was going to go ahead and basically win this war, complete the Eye of the Moon plan. Now, it kind of makes you wonder, okay, why are you waging this war if you already have what you need? There's no point in fighting these guys. Why not just go ahead and start up the Moon Eye plan right there, right then and there, so you won't have to worry about it? So it kind of makes me wonder, is there more to this Moon's Eye plan than what we know? Which I really do think there is, because Madara wondered as far as why, you know, well, not just that he was revived in the state of Edo Tensei, but he was also wondering as to why he actually, you know, like there was a war that was started all prior to this, and he was saying that stuff isn't going according to plan. Not only that, but if you remember back to the, like maybe around the Pain arc, I remember Toby talking about needing Sasuke to do something, or he needed Sasuke to actually become like the, what would you say? He needed Sasuke to like basically link with the Geto Mazo. And, of course, we don't know exactly why he needs that, but that's something he's referred to before. Not only that, but we've even heard Toby talk about that Naruto is supposed to be used as something to stimulate Sasuke. So, I think this all has a connection with the Ten Tails in some way, which is why maybe he still needs the Nine Tails and the Eight Tails. Because if he only needs it just to revive the Ten Tails into imperfect form and use the infinite Tsukuyomi, something's not adding up right there. So I'm wondering, as far as this infinite Tsukuyomi, what's different about it than maybe just your average Tsukuyomi, other than it's cast around the world? Is it, you know, like, I just really want more of an explanation as to what, you know, he's actually trying to do, you know, with the Ten Tails and the infinite Tsukuyomi. Like, why did he want to start this war, continue forward with this war, if he actually already had the pieces? And I don't think it's necessarily going to be something that is a contradiction or plot hole. I mean, if it doesn't get answered, then I stand corrected. But I think that Kishimoto, hopefully, he'll venture into that point, since he has had different characters refer to different things. But, you know, that was probably one of the negative things that, you know, we don't really have that question answered yet. So that's why I would probably give the chapter somewhat of some type of minus. Another thing in the chapter is, of course, Toby's identity, which all of us have wondered for the longest amount of time, and it's really looking like it's going to be Obito. I know a lot of you guys are thinking, I actually think it may really be Obito. I'm about probably like 70% sure, and you know, I wasn't somebody who was a fan of the Obito theory. I preferred for it to be someone else, not who wasn't Obito. Maybe man, I honestly, like, maybe I don't know, Kagami. I mean, even though Kagami really didn't have a role in the story, I felt like it would have been more interesting if we would have ventured more into somebody who was around the time of the elders and maybe had been trained by Madara or had that kind of connection. You know what I mean? I guess that's still possible, but I'm like, if it's not Toby, then it's definitely, I mean, not Toby, if it's not Obito, then it's definitely got to have some kind of connection to Shisui, because Shisui has been referred to multiple times, like I've always said, you know, so it's definitely got to have that kind of connection. But whoever it is, we all know that Kakashi and Guy both know them. So, maybe Obito, and, I know if it's Obito, I won't have a problem with that personally. Some of you may, which is fine. I mean, it's all of our opinions, but, what I would just be concerned about, if it is Obito, I hope we get a really good explanation and backstory as to why. And, I know that Kishimoto has said for the past, couple years, basically, that he's going to go ahead and give more backstory on Kakashi, explain more stuff as far as, his Manga Kill Sharingan and all this. And if it is Obito, this would give him an opportunity to go ahead and do that, because then it would have a connection to Kakashi, then flashback starts, and I would be really interested in finding out, okay, the truth behind Madara. How did Obito and Madara get connected in any kind of way? What about, what made Obito turn this way? So, I don't think it has to be all bad. I mean, I guess it would be bad if you wanted it to be a certain person, or if, Obito, since it was one of the first theories that people came up with, maybe you thought it was a little bit too easy to guess, which I guess maybe you can think of at the same time, not so much. But if that's what you think, I mean, that's fine, but that's what I'm thinking. I'm really thinking that, if Kishimoto actually gives us a pretty decent backstory and things are adding up, and I think that it actually makes for a good identity as far as Obito goes, because then if it's Obito, because then it will be connected to one of the main characters in the story, and it's not just a random guy who got pissed off and decided he was gonna create this big old 10-tailed beast. Also liked hearing about the 10 tails, how strong this thing is, in its perfect form. I mean, Kurama said he can't stand up to this thing, not at all. So, I'm definitely wondering as far as, will it ever be revived in a perfect form into the series, and they're going to have to come up with some way to stop it. And even in an imperfect form, I would assume that it can still probably reach heights that are close to what its perfect form is, considering that it does have most of the chakra that it needs. It's only missing two-tailed beasts. So I am interested in seeing this thing revived. Don't know if it'll be revived in this particular battle. It may be revived, but at the same time, I can't see how they're going to take it on, even in imperfect form, because Toby, we know next chapter, we're definitely going to see Naruto versus Toby, which we've all been waiting to see. So definitely, I'm saying that, I'm thinking that Naruto is going to break that mask within the next couple chapters, which I'm pretty sure all you guys probably guessed or know for a fact at this point, because Toby has been fighting Naruto so long now in the manga, enough chapters to where at first when Toby and Naruto first got into a fight, I thought he was gonna go ahead and knock out Killer Bee, take him, extract the 8 tails from him, and then it was gonna be the 10 tails. That was gonna be the resurrection of it. At this point, I'm not so sure. I don't think Killer Bee's gonna really die at this point. But since they have been fighting for so long, and you've had them asking Toby who he is, all this development as far as his mask goes, and him being no one and all that, Toby's been in the battle a little bit too long for me to say that he would make it really out of this. So if I definitely think that this is going to be his final stand. If he does make it out of this confrontation, he won't last that long afterward. I'm thinking that if Naruto doesn't take Toby down, which wouldn't be much of a surprise considering that all the enemies that Naruto has faced, technically he's never actually killed them. Someone else has killed them, or some type of circumstance has happened to where they ended up getting defeated in some type of way, or he just knocked them out or something like that. You think about Naruto versus Gaara, he knocked Gaara out, or you look at Naruto versus Kakazu. Naruto defeated Kakazu, but Kakashi's the one who finished him. And same thing kind of with Nagato, Naruto versus Nagato. Nagato, he defeated all the bodies, but he didn't actually kill Nagato. Nagato killed himself when he used Rinne Tensei. So the same thing kind of may happen with Toby, where he gets weakened. Madara, we already know he's on his way looking for the 9 tails, so maybe he'll show up while all this is going on. Toby be on his last legs, mask is off, and maybe they'll escape together. And once they get back to a lair or wherever they're heading towards, maybe Madara will be the one to finish or give Toby the curtains, because he's just like, you know what, you didn't listen to my plan, or he's pissed off at him because of all this trouble he's had to go through. So who knows what can happen along those lines? But I could definitely see Madara being the one to finish Toby off, or it could be Kakashi if it is Obito, one of the two. But, don't think Naruto be the one. Even though his parents, gave him that time, I think Naruto be the one to weaken him and break his mask and all that. But I'm not sure if he'll be the one to actually put in the delivering killing blow. As for next chapter, though, I am looking forward to it, though, as far as Naruto versus Toby. This is not really a hard one to guess, because it kind of gave us the little cliffhanger at the end. Hope the color page is really good. Hope it's creative. I hope it's not just going to be us just see them chilling in a field somewhere like the Konoha 11. I hope that we get something maybe like a spread of the Ten Tails, or, you know, maybe even like how Kishimoto used to do at the beginning of the manga. I mean, I know we're kind of at the end now, but, you know, like maybe give us something to like foreshadow maybe what's going to happen with Naruto versus Sasuke or something. Just some kind of panel, just something interesting, you know, not just, you know, Naruto like eating pie or something, you know. That's pretty much it for this prediction, guys. Leave your comments down below, like your thoughts and predictions. And, you know, I'm gonna try something a little bit different here. I know I actually seen different reviewers, you know, like as far as like get their subscribers more involved into their like their videos. And I kind of thought about I want to do that with you guys as well. I mean, I haven't really necessarily been. I mean, I've been reading all your comments, but I haven't been actually incorporating it to my video and trying to engage with you guys more. So what I've been thinking about doing is maybe going ahead, like you guys can leave your predictions down there, and I may read off a few of the predictions that you guys have, like 3 of them probably, at the end of each video, like the ones that maybe I thought were the most interesting, or the ones that were the closest to what the chapter actually ended up being. So that's basically what I'm going to start trying to do. I hope you guys, you know, do leave it down there so I can do that. Also, don't forget to like this video. So if you did like this video, yeah, put a thumbs up. And if you didn't, you can put a dislike. It's your choice, guys. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy my content, you want to see more. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.